My dear friends, welcome back to our community of seniors, retirees, veterans, and families who rely on Social Security, SSI, SSDI, and VA benefits to make life a little easier every month. If you're joining us for the first time, I'm so happy you're here. Before we start, please take just a second to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update that could put more money in your pocket or help you understand your benefits better. We talk here like family, calmly, clearly, and with care, about what truly matters for your daily life. Now let's begin with the big question everyone is asking. What's happening this Friday? What is this new Social Security payment that's being announced, and who exactly will see it land in their accounts? Over the past few days, the Social Security Administration has confirmed a new payment cycle that's stirring a lot of excitement and confusion at the same time. Many seniors receiving Supplemental Security Income, SSI, Social Security Disability Insurance, SSDI, and VA benefits are asking whether an extra or adjusted deposit is coming this Friday. And yes, my friends, there's real reason to pay attention. Let's walk through the details slowly so no one gets lost. The new round of Social Security payments, tied to the October 2025 schedule, falls right around Friday, marking the next major deposit date for millions of Americans. But this one is not just another routine check. There are three important elements at play. 1. The regular monthly benefits. 2. Cost of living adjustments that are being applied ahead of the November cycle. And 3. Ongoing catch-up deposits for delayed or corrected payments from the previous quarter. For anyone receiving SSI, that's the benefit program designed to support seniors and disabled individuals with limited income and resources. Usually, SSI payments arrive on the first of each month, but whenever that date falls on a weekend or federal holiday, the money is paid early. And that's why this Friday has become so important. The schedule shifts slightly forward, ensuring recipients don't have to wait until Monday to access their funds. For those on SSDI, disability insurance benefits that come from your prior work history, and for retired workers who receive their checks based on birth dates, this Friday also serves as a key moment for many in the third wave group, those whose birthdays fall between the 21st and 31st of any month. In other words, if your payment usually hits during the last part of the month, this week might be the one when you finally see that deposit appear. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Many seniors are also reporting additional state-level stimulus supplements and energy assistance bonuses being added automatically to their accounts in certain regions. These small top-ups, sometimes $50, $100, or $150, come from state programs that coordinate with Social Security and VA systems to ease inflation pressures. So, if you notice a slightly higher amount this week, don't panic. It might be part of your local support initiative, not an error. But beyond the excitement, let's talk about the broader reason this week matters so much. The Social Security Administration is quietly preparing for the 2025 COLA adjustment, the cost of living increase, that officially kicks in with the January 2026 payment. However, some beneficiaries will see early test runs in the system as part of the data update cycle. These technical adjustments can trigger small cent-to-dollar changes in your deposits before the official raise begins. If you've been following this channel for a while, you know we've discussed how even a 3% COLA can mean the difference between staying on top of bills or falling behind. And this year's inflation data, especially food and housing costs, has pushed lawmakers to reconsider the initial projection. So, when we hear that this Friday's payment will include updated rate calibrations, that's government talk for your check may change a bit sooner than expected. Let's slow down for a second and make sure everyone understands what this means in real life. If you receive $1,500 a month in Social Security benefits, a 3% increase adds $45 per month. That's $540 over a year. It may not sound life-changing, but that's a month of groceries, 2 weeks of medication, or a few utility bills covered. And for SSI recipients who often receive $943 per month, an extra 3% means roughly $28 more every month. These small increments matter. They bring dignity, relief, and breathing room. Now let's discuss exactly where these Friday deposits come from and what type of people are in line to get them. First, the Social Security Administration works on a system of staggered payments based on benefit type and birth date. SSI recipients are typically first. Then SSDI recipients and retired workers follow in the three-wave pattern. People with birthdays on the 1st through 10th receive their payments on the second Wednesday of the month. Those with birthdays from the 11th to 20th get their money on the third Wednesday. And finally, those with birthdays from the 21st to 31st, that's this Friday's group, receive their checks on the fourth Wednesday or Friday when the schedule shifts. But this week, we're seeing something special. Several banks have already confirmed early direct deposit releases ahead of the official federal transfer date. That means some of you might already see pending amounts as early as Thursday evening, with funds clearing by Friday morning. Veterans Affairs beneficiaries are also part of this cycle, especially those receiving VA disability compensation or pension benefits. The Department of Veterans Affairs coordinates closely with the Social Security Treasury to ensure timely delivery when the calendar collides with a weekend, and this Friday is one of those adjusted dates. Let's make this as simple as possible. If you get SSI, SSDI, Social Security Retirement, or VA disability, and your usual payment is due around the third or fourth week of the month, then this Friday could be your day. Now, many people are asking, will this payment include the $200 monthly boost that was talked about last year? The answer, unfortunately, is no. At least not yet. That proposal remains in discussion in Congress. However, the government has continued rolling out small supplemental supports through Medicare rebates, energy relief, and food credits. So, while you won't see a direct $200 add-on this Friday, some may notice small offsets in other benefits that lighten monthly expenses. It's important to understand that every check you receive is tied to an exact SSA and Treasury authorization code. If you see a deposit with a slightly different reference number, that could mean it's part of a correction batch. For example, a reimbursement for underpayment or a retroactive disability adjustment. So, don't panic if the code looks different from previous months. It may actually be good news. Inflation has been the silent burden for millions of Americans living on fixed income. Groceries, gas, and rent have all gone up faster than the COLA adjustments in previous years. For this reason, the SSA and the Bureau of Labor Statistics have announced that the 2026 COLA is expected to land between 2.9% and 3.2%, depending on final inflation data for September. That figure directly influences the amount of next year's payments, but the data testing and rate alignment start now, which is why you might see slight shifts in this Friday's deposit. Lawmakers are also discussing a potential senior relief payment, a one-time cash bonus to help seniors transition into the new COLA rate. While it's not official yet, the SSA has confirmed that it's preparing the technical infrastructure to handle a lump sum distribution if Congress approves it before the holiday season. That is why many policy observers believe that this Friday's wave of deposits may serve as a pre-check for system readiness. The logic is simple. Before you roll out a nationwide bonus, you test the pipes, and that's what's happening right now. If you're expecting a deposit this Friday, here are some useful tips to avoid confusion or stress. Always verify your payment status through your My Social Security online account. You can also call the SSA at 1-800-772-1213 for automated updates. Avoid clicking on emails or text messages claiming to speed up your payment. Those are often scams targeting seniors. If you receive VA benefits, check the VA's official direct deposit portal or contact your regional office. deposits usually arrive before 9 a.m. Eastern Time on the scheduled day. And if you still receive paper checks, remember that mail delays can occur, especially if you live in rural areas or there's a holiday weekend. Finally, if your payment is late, wait at least 3 business days before reporting it. Sometimes banks place temporary holds for security reasons when a new federal transfer code appears. That's normal. Just don't panic. Your money is safe. Let's pause for a moment to remember what this really means for millions of people across America. These payments aren't just numbers on a screen. They represent security, hope, and continuity. For a widow in Ohio, it means being able to buy her grandson a birthday gift without cutting back on medication. For a veteran in Texas, it means paying for the gas needed to get to a VA clinic. For a disabled worker in Florida, it means knowing the system hasn't forgotten them. That's why we take each Friday so seriously, because behind every payment date is a story of survival, resilience, and trust in the promise of Social Security. Now that we've gone through the core payment schedule, let's move deeper into what's truly happening behind the scenes. Because this Friday's deposit is part of a much bigger plan that affects millions of older Americans. The Social Security Administration, SSA, the Department of Veterans Affairs, VA, and the U.S. Treasury have been updating their internal payment networks over the past few months to make sure the 2025-2026 fiscal year transitions smoothly. Why? Because starting this fall, the government is implementing new payment alignment protocols. These are technical changes designed to reduce delays, fix recurring deposit errors, and make same-day transfers more reliable. For example, in past years, some beneficiaries saw their payments arrive late due to processing conflicts between the SSA's master file system and bank batch uploads. This time, SSA has upgraded its connection to the Federal Reserve's Go Direct transfer system, meaning your payments now move faster through an automated and traceable path. That's why some seniors are already seeing their funds one day earlier than before. That's not a glitch, that's progress. Now, some people have asked whether this Friday's deposit could include back pay or retroactive compensation. In certain cases, yes. If you had a benefit adjustment, appeal, or cost of living recalculation between July and September, that back amount might be included in this week's payment. It won't always show as a separate line. Often, it just appears as a slightly higher total in your account. So, if you suddenly notice a few extra dollars, maybe $25 or $50 more, don't assume it's a mistake. It could be your long-awaited adjustment finally arriving. And for those who recently switched from paper checks to direct deposit, this week might be your first digital transfer. Many seniors have made that transition in 2025, and SSA's data shows that electronic payments are up by 12% this year alone. Direct deposit not only gets your money faster, but also protects you from lost mail or stolen checks. So, if you've been thinking about switching, now is a good time to do it. It's safer, quicker, and easier to track. For our veterans out there, and I know many of you watch this channel faithfully, the VA payment schedule is directly tied to the federal banking system that also handles Social Security transfers. Most VA disability or pension payments are released on the first business day of each month. But because of the overlapping system test happening this week, some veterans may see early deposits hitting on Friday, especially if your bank uses advanced early pay programs. This early deposit doesn't change your official pay cycle. It simply reflects faster processing. In plain language, the money is yours, and it's safe. You're just getting it a bit earlier than usual. There's another important detail here, too. The VA has been conducting small cost of living trial adjustments in certain categories of disability benefits. That means some veterans will notice test payments that are a few dollars higher than their standard monthly rate. Those test payments will help the VA's systems calculate the correct rates when the 2026 COLA officially begins. And I know some of you listening right now might still be struggling. Maybe you're behind on rent. Maybe your medical bills are stacking up. Maybe you're just tired of seeing prices rise while your check stays the same. Please know this: you are not forgotten. Change moves slowly, but it moves. And the very fact that payments are being adjusted, aligned, and improved this Friday shows that the system is still evolving to serve you better. That's why it's so important to stay informed, not through rumors or social media, but through verified updates like this one. Because knowledge gives you power, confidence, and peace of mind. Before we close, my dear friends, let me gently remind you, if you found today's update helpful, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It's completely free, but it helps us continue bringing you accurate, trustworthy, and easy-to-understand information every single week. Also, don't forget to turn on the notification bell so when the next round of payment news breaks, especially about the upcoming COLA increase or any emergency stimulus, you'll be the first to know. In the comments, let us know which state you're watching from and whether your deposit has already shown up in your account. Sharing your experience helps other seniors who may be wondering when their money will arrive. Together, we make this community stronger, smarter, and better prepared. As we end today's discussion, remember this: every payment, no matter how small it seems, represents your lifetime of effort. It's your reward for decades of hard work, love, and sacrifice. Whether it's $943 in SSI, $1,037 in SSDI, or $2,100 in Social Security retirement, it's your earned security, and you deserve every cent of it. So, when that deposit lands this Friday, take a moment to breathe. Smile. Feel grateful, not just for the money, but for the stability it represents. You've done your part. Now the system is doing its part. Stay hopeful, stay strong, and stay informed. Because as we always say on this channel, you're not alone in this journey. We're a family here, and we'll walk through every update, every change, and every new opportunity together. This Friday will be a good day, a day of relief, a day of progress, and a reminder that brighter times are still ahead. Thank you for watching, thank you for trusting us, and thank you for being part of this wonderful community. Until next time, take care of yourself, take care of your loved ones, and as always, God bless you all.